There's no denying that this disease has a devastating impact on kids and their families. But in spite of that, it's interesting that the spirit of this organization is incredibly positive. It feels like a big, happy family.
I felt almost emotional seeing all the hope and all of the possibility with GFPD.
My son will be 9 in August. We got his diagnosis at 3.5. We never thought we'd make it this far.
When you first start, I guess, with the PBD child, it's like, who's out there for me? And when you really look at it from a broad perspective, you're not the only one. There's this organization where you feel at home.
Our mission is really about helping to support patients and their families with this devastating terminal rare disease with support, education, and to really drive clinical research so that one day we can find a cure and help them live better and better quality of lives.
The GFPD has been really pioneering in a lot of different ways, whether it comes to collaborations with researchers and clinicians to better improve medical care for patients with peroxisomal disorders, through advocacy, through making these types of family connections and setting up these really strong networks, because this is really the place that you go to when you are a family affected by this disorder.
The GFPD, I mean, that's what brings all of us together, to get to know each other and make new friends, learn about each other's kids, and we get to talk about the struggles of having a sibling or a child that's got it.
It's not about your race, where you come from, even your accent, just about helping each other.
I like how all the doctors and scientists help children who have special needs, and they talk about how you love your kid, take care of your kid.
A huge part of why the GFPD was so inspiring for us in the scientific side is because they really put a face to whatever we're doing every single day.
The GFPD is not only helping move forward in terms of research, which might be more long-term impacts, but also on a short-term impact in improving the quality of life of those families.
Even if it's just a small contribution of how the GFPD has made that impact on families, it still goes a long way. It certainly has made a huge impact on our family, and that's why we're still involved today.
People that don't have affected children are now interested in our disorder because it's getting the word out there about this small community of kids that otherwise would have no voice.
The needs are growing really, really quickly. And what we're doing is changing and growing too. We're trying to meet those needs of the new families who are coming in and the new scientists who are joining our community.
The GFPD has made really tremendous strides from going to this Yahoo community group to this powerhouse of advocacy, and the steps towards going from that small organization into this huge force is a great blueprint for other disease organizations that are starting out.
The problems that people with other rare diseases are facing are often quite similar. So other rare diseases can learn from how the organization was built, how to involve researchers in a patient organization.
Every dollar that goes into it comes out multiple times over in terms of the good that we do for families and in terms of the ways that we push research forward.
As I look over the last few years, just the amount of giving, whether it's people giving of their time or their financial means, has had big impact.
If you look at this video, versions of it from previous years, you'll see a lot of the same faces. And the reason is that we love supporting each other, we help each other out, and this is a really, really good place to be and spend your time.
My hope for the GFPD in the future is that, one, we find a cure, of course, so that the next generation, they don't have to be disappointed in the future. Maybe there's a cure that can make our kids not have to go through the pain and the suffering that our kids have to go through today.
It's really worthwhile supporting the GFPD.